Yes, regarding Hugh Jackman, I was kind of letting you guys know there have been some rumors for a very long time that don't look like they are just rumors.
In the world of Hollywood, few actors manage to blur the line between their on-screen persona and real life, quite like Ryan Reynolds. Charming, witty, and unapologetically bold. He's built a career out of playing, well, himself. But lately, it seems that being Ryan Reynolds comes with its fair share of controversy.
That line, carefully weaving through that line to kind of let you guys know that there may be some sociological factors.
All right, let's attempt to navigate this rather dramatic and quite frankly unexpected analysis of Ryan Reynolds. What begins as a discussion about his many layers quickly escalates into a full-on personality dissection.
Factors at play here, that there's more going on emotionally with Ryan Reynolds than meets the eye, his various bromances, etc., etc.
Leaving us all wondering if we somehow ended up in a psychology podcast instead of a Hollywood gossip session. Apparently, what truly captured attention here was not his romantic history, though that's brought up for context, but the revelation of Ryan's anger issues uncovered through leaked text messages. Reading these messages felt less like gossip and more like watching a crime documentary. Imagine that, Deadpool himself being compared to a suspect in a murder mystery. The dramatics are truly impressive.
Being able to read these text messages, it was just his anger and the amount of control that he asserted. It felt like we were watching IDTV, like a murder mystery. We didn't know why Ryan was doing and saying the things that he was doing to such a nice person.
And just as one might expect from any in-depth character study, the narrative swiftly takes us back to childhood. Because, of course, what better explanation for adult rage than daddy issues? According to the speaker, a Canadian teacher, yes, a teacher, allegedly confirmed that Reynolds displayed sociopathic tendencies as a child. One can't help but wonder who tracked down this poor educator just to dig up behavioral reports from decades ago. The dedication is, admittedly, commendable.
Okay, so we get it. Ryan is angry. He has been angry since he was a child. We had his teacher in Canada confirm that to us, that he was displaying sociopathic tendencies early on, allegedly. So I've been kind of slow walking you guys.
Enter the TikTok husband, a man whose brief unsolicited involvement has now gone viral. Without hesitation, this gentleman confidently diagnoses the entire situation. Ryan Reynolds is gay. No build-up, no careful analysis, just straight to the point. His argument? Straight men don't say that, referring to a line from the alleged text messages.
Junior high kids, they've like leaked all these text messages. And here's one supposedly from...
What follows is his rather colorful theory that Reynolds' interactions, charisma, and even a certain twinkle in his eyes are telltale signs. According to him, straight men apparently possess what he charmingly calls dead eyes. An amusing observation, though I suspect the science behind it is questionable at best. Still, it's hard not to chuckle at the audacity and confidence with which this theory is presented.
One supposedly from Ryan Reynolds, and what's that last line? What's that last line? Oh, he's gay. Oh, yeah, see, straight guys don't say that.
Naturally, no Hollywood controversy is complete without the classic beard theory. The suggestion that certain high-profile relationships exist purely to disguise one's true sexuality. According to the TikTok analysis, Reynolds' marriage to a younger woman fits this narrative perfectly. Add to that the now infamous onstage kiss between Ryan Reynolds and Andrew Garfield, and suddenly, the conspiracy is complete.
Straight guys don't say that. And that's, I'm not some like conservative, and I'm like...
Of course, anyone familiar with Reynolds' humor knows he is more than capable of pulling off such a stunt for comedic effect. Still, in the context of this discussion, the kiss is presented as further evidence, which, while amusing, might be a bit of a stretch.
They don't say that? And as soon as you look at him in that light, you're like, yeah. And on a side note, I worked in Los Angeles for years and spent a lot of time in West Hollywood doing jobs. Gay guys are great. I love gay guys. There's also bad ones because they're just normal people. I have zero problem. There's nothing wrong with being gay in any way, but he definitely is.
Naturally, the conversation wouldn't be complete without dragging Hugh Jackman into the mix. Their ongoing playful rivalry, which has been public and largely comedic, is now reinterpreted as overdone and suspicious. Apparently, their well-documented friendship is being scrutinized as something deeper, or at least something more calculated, which frankly feels like an unnecessary over-analysis of what might simply be two actors having fun.
This guy's perspective, the husband's perspective, like, hey, obviously, like, this guy's gay, no hard feelings, but this is not how straight men text. And it was really hilarious and also kind of cut through all of the red tape.
There's a rather fascinating observation about Ryan Reynolds that few can argue with. He doesn't just play characters like Deadpool, he is the character. The sarcasm, the quick wit, the unapologetic antics. What we see on screen is often just Ryan being, well, Ryan. And honestly, what better way to achieve success in Hollywood than by simply being yourself?
And I had also mentioned to you that Ryan Reynolds, obviously we figured this out by now, kind of creates these.
However, things take an interesting turn when you examine some of his roles and the recurring themes he chooses to lean into, one of which seems to be the deliberate humorous implication of homosexuality.
Characters of himself. Like, there is actually no difference between Ryan Reynolds in Deadpool and Ryan Reynolds. That's the reason why the character is successful. It's actually him. And what better way to become successful than really just playing yourself?
Now, anyone who has seen the first Deadpool movie may recall that particular scene. Let's call it memorable for the sake of decency. A rather graphic moment in a sex scene that once viewed is frankly impossible to forget. It certainly adds a new layer when reflecting on how Reynolds portrays his characters.
Yourself and the person that you are. And my producer reminded me, I had seen the first Deadpool, that there's this scene, I don't think I can actually say it, a really gross graphic scene regarding Ryan Reynolds in a sex scene that indicates maybe quite a bit now when we
Interestingly, it appears Ryan doesn't shy away from such innuendos, not in films, nor on animated shows, nor even during live award shows.
You gotta taste this lamb tagine. Here.
Oh, no, that's okay.
Come on, you'll love it. Just a taste. That was intense, what you just did.
Lots of flavors. Whoops.
Well, freeze frame. What's gonna happen next?
I think I gotta go to the bathroom.
Case in point, Family Guy. The show did a rather pointed segment implying Reynolds' character was, let's say, curiously affectionate. The real kicker, Ryan Reynolds actually played himself in that episode. Yes, he fully approved the scene, lending his voice and persona to a storyline that humorously teased his sexuality.
And then they go on and they have this confrontation where he's like, no, I'm not gay. But again, why does he feel the need to write that in so many different scenes?
It begs the question, how many actors willingly write themselves into such jokes repeatedly? But for Ryan, it seems to be a recurring comedic device.
Okay, so Ryan Reynolds also did this skit. There was a lot of funny humor about the fact that he was not Ryan Gosling, because women, obviously, during the time The Notebook came out, preferred Ryan Gosling. They loved Ryan Gosling. And he leaned into this repeatedly by pretending to be Ryan Gosling in The Notebook, but preferring to redo those scenes with men, I suppose. I'm not Ryan Gosling, hence the
humor doesn't stop there. At the height of the Notebook phenomenon, when women everywhere idolized Ryan Gosling, Ryan Reynolds cleverly inserted himself into the narrative. Multiple times, he recreated scenes from the Notebook, except naturally with a twist. Instead of Rachel McAdams, we often saw him reenacting those moments with male actors.
Gosling, hence the Andrew Garfield kiss at the Golden Globes. We'll get to that. But watch this between him and Conan O'Brien.
This brings us to the infamous Golden Globes kiss. If you blinked, you might have missed it, but Ryan Reynolds and Andrew Garfield shared a rather extended theatrical kiss. What was intended as a joke almost became a performance art piece. According to footage, the kiss went on for a shocking 25 seconds, likely longer, given how it was edited. It's
got to be like $400 million, and it's all crazy, all because Ryan is not happy with who he is on the inside. That's really what it comes down to. He is not an honest person with himself, and so he's just become a very vicious person who's lashing out. And
finally, just when one assumes the chaos is over, the entire discussion veers into the courtroom. Suddenly, there's a $200 million lawsuit, accusations of defamation, and a fierce debate over journalistic privilege. The commentator expresses a surprisingly genuine passion for legal filings, gleefully quoting the bold opening statement comments from the legal team as if reading poetry.
The lawsuit here, let's not forget that the New York Times is being sued because a lot of important filings have been happening. So obviously they hit him hard: defamation, false light, invasion of privacy. I'm speaking about Justin's team when they filed that $200 million lawsuit against the New York Times. And
the phrase, a pietistic bastion of the media establishment aimed at the New York Times, is particularly entertaining. Frankly, if you're going to insult someone, that's the way to do it. Vocabulary so elaborate it forces people to reach for a dictionary before they can even get offended. But hey, what do you think? Is Ryan just having fun with these recurring jokes? Or is there more to the story? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I'm genuinely curious where you all stand on this. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on more of these deep dives into celebrity antics and Hollywood drama.